Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Good morning, good evening, will depend where you are. I received an email. I'm not going to share any about this email except a question. This person, he is poor, and he said to me, I'm poor, and I want to get married. And he mentioned, like, he feel like if he's not getting married, he is going to do sin, he get tempted. And he says he found a girl, supposedly she loved him. Sound good, but there is a problem. He's poor. Now, all of us, when we speak about marriage, if you search in the internet, you will find romantic pictures of two lovers dressing nicely. The woman, she is in white dress. The man is wearing a suit. Their hair is perfect. The place is very nice. That is, this is what we see. But marriage is way beyond a picture you take for a memory. Your marriage can be the start, or let us say, the beginning of a new happy life, or it can be the new start of a miserable journey. So when this person, he said to me, what do you think? For sure, I cannot tell you what to do. I mean, you have to decide yourself, but I will share with you what I think about such a marriage. You see, in my experience in the Middle East, there's many girls, they want to get married just to get out of the house, because we have a very stressful community where the girl always, or the daughter, she is unwanted from the day she is born. This is a society where they love boys. So females treated really badly, especially by the mother, which is very weird. I mean, the mother, she is a female, but the mother, who is a female, treating the female badly, because they consider them responsibility, they want to get rid of them. So there's many females, I'm talking depending where you are, depending on your society and the culture. But in some cultures, especially Eastern cultures, I'm assuming this person is from Asia. As I know from my experience with the Middle East, all Asian countries, starting from the Middle East, and I say this is Asian because Middle East anyway, most of it is in Asia. Females, they really struggle a lot, really a lot. They are unwanted. Family don't want them. Parents don't want them. And if they have them, they want to get rid of them as soon as possible. So the first question is the one you think, or she is in love with you, she want to trying to get rid of her family, which means she want to be free finally from them. She have an abusive mother, maybe. Or she just love you. That is a good question to answer. Because if she is just running from an abusive family, for her, because she is a female, she is looking for different atmosphere to be free and more dependent. That means she will be, she don't want you, she just want a way out. So this is a question you have to figure out yourself. And again, this is depend in the situation, in the culture where this female, she is born, which means it's not the case everywhere. But this is what I know and about Eastern cultures. Secondly, he said he is poor, and I'm sure he's listening. You see, I mean, I'm going to get married, and I am poor, and now I will have two responsibility. Not only me, now I have a wife, a woman. So this marriage is going to make your responsibility less or more. If you are poor, I'm assuming you are born in a poor society. And this is what you see around you in a poor society, right? I mean, actually, this is a lucky person. This is lucky poor. Because there's some poor, they have nothing at all. This is a lucky poor. There's a roof, there's windows, there's a door. So When you say poor, how poor? How far? And if you are, like, are you planning to stay, like you are born for the rest of your life? You want to be poor, and all what you care for is just to have this woman? You see, before you get married, you have to plan for tomorrow. Because if you want to have kids, those kids are your responsibility. It's very heartbreaking to see, as an example, people from Asia, like Indonesia, Philippines, etc. They fly all the way to Saudi Arabia, to etc. And the woman, she work as a maid. The man, he work as a taxi driver. And usually one of them goes. And then how many times you see your family a year? You see them once every 2 years. They give you a vacation for 2 weeks. You go see them and come back. So you spend the coming 15, 20 years doing nothing except working just to feed somebody overseas. And he is your family member. But you have no family. And then you see that a person who is away from his wife working overseas to feed his family, or the female, vice versa, they suffer from a lot of problems because one person is always missing from the family. Cheating can happen, lose of interest can happen, etc. So if you're thinking about, okay, I will get married and then I will go work in a country which I have nobody there, and then I will go every 2 weeks, or sorry, every 2 years to see my wife. I mean, what kind of marriage this marriage will be? And if you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to work only for 5 years and come back, who guarantee that 5 years will be enough? Usually what happens to people, they go there, after 5 years they find that they have nothing still. I mean, because of everything you have is gone, you spent. You know? Especially some cultures, Asian cultures, they are in love with they like to spend their money in bad things. You will see a Filipino who left his family to work overseas, and then when he came back, what he bring with him, he bought a camera, a phone to his daughter, etc. I mean, he wasted all the saving he have in stupid things. Things will be thrown away maximum in a year after. So he saved no money. He's not going to get out of this hole. He will spend in his life doing the same job, and soon you will get older, and then they will get rid of you. You see, when you work overseas, they hire you when you are young, but when you are old, nobody, why they want to keep you? You are not a family. So a person who want to do something for his life, you want to establish a marriage, a family, you have to establish a plan which is not going to be affected, or let us say, will affect your marriage in a positive way, not in a negative way. It's not just like go and say the girl, hey, I want to marry you, and we go. That can happen in the old days. If you are a farmer, you have your land, I mean, nothing will change. You can grow some chickens, some goats, the same as your parents used to do, and you will be fine. But if you are a person who live in a society which is considered supposedly the modern day society, regardless how poor it is, society where it's a city where you cannot feed yourself unless you find a job, not a farmer. A farmer always can live. A farmer who have a land already, he's poor. He's not poor. He's rich. Even his poor, maybe his land is worth not much, but already he is rich. Really, he can survive. He can grow some animals. He can take care of them, him and his wife, and they can sustain their life and they be fine. But if you are a person who live in a town or a city where you don't even have a space to grow one tomato, how you will live? How you will support your wife? How you will support your family? So before you go a step farther, you need to ask yourself some questions. Is my wife going to work too, or only me am going to work? Are we both joined forces together to build our life, or it's one guy working and the woman, she stay home? Because if two people working, it can be something positive, because now you will have two income under one roof, and that can be very helpful. As an example, even if you are a person who live in the state, USA, let us say your income very not too much. Depend in the country. Too much is different from country to country, right? Because remember, if a person he make 3,000 in USA, still he have a lot of expenses. Not like someone, you can live with $500 in Indonesia better than someone who have $2,000 income in USA, because the expenses is different. The rent is less. So it's not how much really. It's how much you will stay in your pocket at the end of the month. That is how you measure your income. If you have $100,000, but you live in a place where you have to spend $105,000, which means obviously you are bankrupt. So the $100,000 you made a month is not really good. It's bad, very horrible. So you need to measure this marriage in a financial way, and I want you to put your emotion in the side for now. You love her, she love you, you cry for each other, I understand. But you have, if both of you are poor, then you have to put in your mind that both of you should work. Because you don't want to stay, you were poor for how many years? Obviously nothing is changing because you have this income is fixed. But if you have a wife, she love you and she is willing to work, now you will have two income for one house. That will be nice. So maybe you can save one salary, keep it the way it was before, don't spend more. Spend one salary, which is, let's say, the salary of the man, save the salary of the women, and maybe in a few years from now you can do something with it. You can open a small business, you can, etc. So you have to plan for better tomorrow, not only jump into marriage. You see, when you are poor, let us say you are very much in love. Guys, we are in the Arabian Prophet. It doesn't matter really. I mean, this is the topic. Because we did not use this account for long. So, even if you are in love, let us say you're crazy about her. She is crazy about you. Wonderful. But when there is no money in the house, all the devil and his friends will show up. Fighting will start, argument will start, complaint will start, and your life will turn into a hell. Because you see, love is okay, good, wonderful, but there's a children are crying, they want food. There's a children, he's a child, he need medicine. There's a child, he need a clothes. There's a child, he need to go to school. And that will open the door of big argument. And you cannot avoid those arguments. You will live with them every day. And that will end somewhere not good. So, before you go in such a step, I'm not telling you not to marry, this is your business. I'm not the one who tell you what to do. But being poor will end, I'm talking about really poor, will bring a misery to your life. Misery, no question. Because now you are one by yourself and you are calling yourself poor. So when you are with many, what you will call yourself? Because nothing changed, the salary is the same. What you would describe yourself? You know what I'm saying? If I am poor when I am alone, am I going to be better when I have more responsibility and kids? If you are a person who don't care, as many society just bring kids and throw them in the street, that is really very bad. I mean, what, you want people walk in the street feel sorry for your child? So, before you go for marriage, somebody saying here, money is not everything, but everything needs money. Yeah. I mean, reality, and facts in life. Money is not everything, but everything needs money. So, when your child, he cry, he needs something, You don't say to him, I love your mom, right? That will not change anything. If you have somebody in the family is sick, but you cannot take them to the doctor. And now, because of Corona, I mean, why you want to get married now? I mean, Corona time, there's no jobs, there's no work, there's no money, there's no income. People going bankrupt. Wait at least until this mad Corona is gone. So you have to be, not to be a person who is driven by desire. I'm not saying this is a bad desire. This is a good desire to get married. Who said it's bad? But you have to be smarter. And actually, I encourage people, by the way, to go back to farming, to go back to their, to their roots. Everybody want to go to city. Everybody want to live in a city. What is in the city? If I am a person who is coming from a farming family, I know how to do farm. I would love to live in a farm. If you can save some money to buy a little land in a countryside where you're coming from, or any countryside, that is going to be really great, better than living in a city. You see, poor person in a city, mostly he will never be anything, unless you are having education and an opportunity come. But if you are a person who have no education, and you don't have, let us say you have education, what, high school? That's not education. These days, even a bachelor degree is not education. You have to be something special. There's a lot of competition, especially in poor countries, for the same job. So one job opportunity open, a lot of people fighting over the job, and then because of that, the salary drop, because the employer will control you, will say, I have 100 people applying and they accept less than you. Getting married is a decent target in life, but getting to be homeless is not. Getting your children to be thrown in the street is not. In many society, you find children's, cleaning the feet of adult. Some adult even they use them for very filthy, purpose. You know what I'm talking about. Why? Because they are street children. And if you are street children, who protect you? Nobody. So you have to be careful before you bring a new baby to this life, not to put this baby into danger. Your target should not be only marrying a woman, but to have a happy family, a secure family, a family you can protect and you can provide for them. So if you want to get married and you are poor, I believe there's an option. You and your wife, or your future wife, you work, both of you, and there's a work for both of you. That will help you to boost your income from one person income to two people income. And then you save one salary. You promise yourself you will not spend everything you do, even if it's little. So you can improve your life. Maybe you can buy a little land. Maybe you can open a little store, You need to do something. You cannot just live in salary of two poor people forever. You have to save. The bottom line of anything is saving money. If you don't save money, you will never be anywhere. And I notice most of, when somebody is poor, because he's poor, he say, I'm poor anyway. So I want to buy iPhone. Okay, why want to buy iPhone? Okay, so you are poor anyway, and now you are not being poor, you are being stupid. Because you are digging down under your feet. You can get out of it by thinking carefully and doing what is right. So if you agree with her that both of you will work, and you make a plan that we will save, okay, she will make, let's say, $500 a month. I will make, let's say, $600 a month. Okay, we will have $1,100 a month. Can we spend $600 to live together and as a family, and then we save another 500. If we do so, that's wonderful. That's mean after 1 year, you know, you will have a good amount of money. And 2 years, 3 years, maybe you can buy a little land somewhere and as an investment, or to do a farming business, or to open a little store, those little stores, like, where you sell gadget, like for phones, etc. Those, they will never close. Always people, they will buy phone gadgets, they will buy phone cable, they will buy phone protector, blah, 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 blah. And they do not need too much budget. But I mean, this is an option. But you have to think about something will bring you an income more than just a salary, which is limited by the hand of somebody who is your employer. You don't want your wife to stand in her poor house window and she looks so sad, as you see in the screen. I mean, you can see the sadness in the face of this woman, how much stress she have. Images of a bright, happy couples usually is seen by people who they are maybe photographic, or maybe they are rich, because their problem is different from your problem. Rich people, they get divorced because they are rich, not because they are poor. Rich people, they get divorced because they are rich. What does that mean? When you are rich, you become spoiled. You are damaged, mostly. I'm not saying everybody. So money bring a lot of open many doors for you. As an example, if I have money and I am let us say I'm single, etc. So what I do, there's many places I can go to, and there's many women, they will go out with me. Money open doors for bad things to happen too. So everyone have a problem. And don't think if you get rich you are out of problems. No, you have a problem. It can be big too. But the romantic image or images we see in pictures about marriage, it's not really truthful. Marriage, go through a lot of let us say testing and examination, and many they will fail. Many they will, because many, they don't even understand what is marriage. Why, what marriage mean? I mean, is that a woman? What is that? So many, they are immature. They are like still they are in childhood, and many even they are getting married because society says you have to get married. Like, so you're getting older, so you have to have a wife or you have to have a husband. So many people, they don't know why they are even getting married, and many people, they are doing it just because they should do it, supposedly. And marriage, or appearance of marriage, is not necessarily what is behind door. Those pictures, God knows if this picture, those couple in the picture, if they are still together, we don't know. So but I guarantee you that if you don't have money, this beautiful woman who is in front of you, she will hate the day she married you. And I'm not talking about money as rich. I'm talking about you can support your house. As simple as that. You come home, think about it. You come home. She said to you, we have no food. And you say, what I will do? I'm out of money. What will happen next? You come home. She said, your son is sick. You need a doctor. I cannot pay for a doctor. Do you know how much it costs? What will happen next? So what it was love, I'm not saying the woman, she don't love you, but now she hates things happening to her life, affecting her life in a very bad way. So not having money is going to destroy your marriage. So you better be careful and think about it, what you really want. You need to plan, you and her. You say, listen, I am poor, you are from a poor family maybe, and are you willing to work so we can support this family, or is it going to be only me? If it's only you, that means nothing will change and you will get more poor. Because you were poor before marriage, and now your money is going to split to 2 people, and soon to 3, and then soon to 4, and soon to 5. So what you did was a mistake. But if the wife, she said, okay, I'm willing to work and support this house, which we will have together, and you say we are going to save one person's salary for tomorrow, for our children's, for better life, then you stay doing this as long as you need until you establish, let us say, a small business, you buy a land. And remember, if you are poor, we need to remember the cost of housing, the cost of electricity, the cost of heating, cooling, whatever, even if it's a fan. Maybe some people even can't afford a fan. So, such a marriage is not as you see in a romantic picture. Marriage comes with responsibility, a lot of a drama, especially if you are a poor person. Like in the old days, if a person he is poor, and the woman she is poor, but because life was simple, they can do fine, because the wife, she will not require the TV, and the children, they will not ask for this and that. They have little land and little house, they build it from mud, and everything is from their own work. The food is from the chicken they grow and the goat they have in the yard. The vegetables is from their garden or their field. So life is good. But today life is different. If you are a person who do farming, then you can get married even if you are poor. Why? Because at least you can feed your family from your own farm. Right? So, Michelle, she is saying, let us see what Michelle, she is saying. I don't know what Michelle, she mean. Well, Michelle should look like she is expert. So, she said, don't get me wrong, CP. I do like you, but you have no clue what marriage is. So please don't be hypocrite. What does that mean? Don't be hypocrite. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You might get a woman, you marry her, you speak about the East, she answers you from the West. Hypocrite about what? I mean, when you use a word hypocrite, what hypocrite? It sounds like you're my ex-wife and you know what happened. And maybe the third wife or the fourth wife. So what hypocrite? Do you know me? Do you know who I am? When you say hypocrite, I don't know what you're talking about. So you have to be careful too, that you might marry a person who speak to you nonsense and drive you crazy and bring a lot of pressure to your life, additional to the pressure you have. You have no idea. You give us an idea. What is the idea? This is how life is. If you don't have money, you will fight with your husband. If you have no food in the kitchen, you will fight with your husband. If there is no medicine for your son, you will fight with the husband because he's responsible to do it. What do you mean, don't be hypocrite? So you are saying to me, if there is no money, who care? We eat air. Huh? Yeah, I have many ex-wives, alhamdulillah. So, people, they say things about talking the up and down of marriage. What up and down? There's no up and there's no down. If you are poor, it's going to go down. Anyway, this is your opinion, here we go. So, if you are poor, it's not going to go up unless you work to fix it. You work only, your wife don't work, Your job is the same, your salary is the same, your income is the same, your skills is the same. You will not go up, you will go down. Because your expenses will go up, will never go down. Now you are alone and you are poor. With her, you are poor twice, because now you have 2 people to sponsor. With a child, you are poor 3 times. With 4, you are poor 4 times, because you have the same money, and now you are poor. Let us say you are poor, you are making $300 a month, and now you are poor. Okay, so later you get married. That means you have $150 a month if you get married, because the 300 is going to cover 2, right? We are not talking about 2 people who are married, they are not believers, Dominique. We are talking about reality. You know, believing in God is not what increased my salary, right? That's not the case. So what will improve your life is planning to do the right thing. You know, you have to agree, you and your future wife, that, you know what, both of us, we have to work. This way, now we have 2 income. One, we will save it for doing something better as an investment, open little business, buy a little land, do something. And one, we will keep it as it is for our expenses. This is the only way to push yourself forward. Otherwise, you are going nowhere. Most of Eastern society, when a man get married, the wife, she stay home. She do nothing except cooking, cleaning the house. I'm not saying this is nothing. I'm saying this is what she do. This is a lot of work, actually. And having babies. But that will not improve your life as income. Right? So planning for things is the right thing to do it. Jumping into it is easy, but the result will be scary. Believing God will teach you the content. You know, like you see, I'm a believer, as you know. But believing God did not say to you, go and just, you know, bring children and put them in the street. Right? You are responsible for your family. You are responsible. Your children will hate you. Will hate you for bringing them to this life. Your child, he go out, he see a kid, he have a toy, he have nothing. A child, he is wearing nice clothes, he is not. A child who is going to play and he have to work at the age of 5. At the age of 5, children, they work. Right? Anyway, are you a responsible man? Well, because I'm responsible, I'm not married. That's why I'm not married, because I'm responsible. Otherwise, I would marry a long time ago. You know, I mean, getting married is so easy; it's not really a big deal. But getting divorced is going to be easier, because she will hate you. She will say, "What kind of a man you are? Why you married me? Huh? If you cannot do it, if you cannot afford it, if you cannot support your family, why you get married?" This is what she will say to you. Trust me, a month after, she will say that to you. So, don't be a fool. You have to be smart. Don't just jump into things. Don't get married and then go to Saudi Arabia to work. This is horrible. You left your wife alone, and now instead of saving money, you send money there, and now there is 2 houses to sponsor. The house you live in the country you're working yourself, and because you're not living together, that's 2 costs. And mostly, you know, especially in the Eastern cultures, they have like a hobby, like if you, or let us say tradition, if you are living abroad, that's when you are rich. And then you have to buy a gift for this. This guy is coming after working for 2 years, ripping himself apart, not seeing his family. to save some money. What he do? He buy all kind of gifts, the cousin and the cousin of the cousin and the grandma and the uncle and etc. And you know, I notice how poor people really they live. I mean, it's really horrible. As an example, in the Philippines, a poor person, he have to do a birthday for his son or his daughter, and the birthday costs a lot of money. I mean, why? Why you want to do that? What this birthday is about? What this birthday will do to your son or your daughter? Bringing all those people to eat this fancy food in 1 hour, and you cannot eat for the rest of the month, and most of you are borrowing money. So people, they have to be smart, educated. Education is not about going to school. Education is about how to live. Even if you get married and don't have kids, okay? If you cannot support having a house, why you get married? She will leave you. Remember, you are the man, you are responsible. The woman, she can support you, but always she will feel that you are short in your duty. You do not do what the man should do, right? Well, I'm not saying that the fault is the fault of the man or the woman. I'm saying you have to be a person who's smart, and by saying smart, you choose the right person who have a plan with you, not just someone going to get married without thinking. Not someone she want to leave her house maybe because she have a bossy mother, or because she's a female, her family don't treat her nice, so she want to go. She want to get out. She want a way out. Find a woman. She's willing to work with you. Both of you find a job. Both of you would have an income, and that will improve your life. And then you need to think, both of you, is my income is secure, which means what kind of job I'm doing. Is it easy to be laid off? Is it stable? You know what I mean? Because if you are a person who have a very bad situation, you are, let us say, you work for 3 days and you stay home for 10 days, I mean, you are not working. That's not work, right? I'm not saying who work in Saudi Arabia has made Indonesian Christian or Muslim. This is not the topic. I'm saying, but isn't it happening that people, they work overseas, separated from their life, because for one reason, they are poor. That's the only reason. Nobody want to go and leave his family behind. So when you are poor and you have a family, you will be more humiliated, because now you feel guilty. So what do? You start looking for, I want to find a job anywhere. I'm going to go to Emirat. I'm going to Bahrain. I'm going to find, okay, and then they go there and they treat you as a slave. And they give you little. And you never save anything. Like those, Asian who work in Emirat, as an example. Go check them out, how much saving they have. After working for 10 years, they have nothing. So what's the benefit of working there? The reason they have nothing, because they are, they don't think in a mature way. During the time you are working there, you have a good income supposedly, so you start spending. Nothing changed. So you think this will stay forever. So you start spending as much you are making. You are not living as a poor before, saving the money. No, you are now spending way more, because, I used to make a $300 in Indonesia. Now I'm making, let's say, $700. So I'm going to spend the extra buying phones and buying things. And then after 10 years working there, you come back home zero. You come back with iPhone in your pocket. Good for you. Right? I mean, what that would do. Happy for you, Loncy. Anyway, so even they go work overseas to increase their income, but they don't do the right thing. They spend everything they have. So the bottom of the line, if you want to get married, I believe if you are poor, you have to have a working wife, a working husband, not working wife and husband stay home. No, both they have to be working. Avoid having kids for the first few years until you have little income to support your children better. Invest the money you are saving in something, little business, buy land, have a roof, and then life can get improved, right? But if you are a person who will bring just more responsibility for your life, you are poor, you will stay poor. Nothing will change. If you are a dreamer about winning the lotto, good luck, you know. Yeah. Those who won the lotto, they are the rich ones, not the poor one. This is how it works. Usually, the one who win the lotto is the rich, not the poor. So many people, they live as a dreamers, you know, they have dreams about things will be better, you know. But a dream will not come to be true unless you work for it. Even the Bible says so, you know. Faith without work is a dead faith. What does that mean? Let us say in anything, in God, in success. So you want to be successful, you want to have a nice house, you want to have a nice income for your family, you want to send your son or daughter to a nice school, but you don't work for it. Or you are working, wasting your time. Right? So I advise this person who is saying he is poor to sit with his coming future wife, who is in love with her supposedly, sit and decide, plan, is she working? Is she willing to stay working after marriage? So both of you support each other? Are we going to have two income or one income? If we will have two income and our income is secure, at least for a long, let us say, you know, some time, then you can go for it. But if it's going to be one person income and you are already poor, so you are splitting your poorness to be twice poor now, because the $300 you make before you get married, now there will be 150. Why? Because now there's two people. Too expensive. And remember, women, they have more expensive than men. You see, for me, I have I have one shoe, I have two jeans. I mean, it's very simple. Women, they cannot do that. Women, they have expensive, they have medicine, they have their menstruation. Maybe you will not be able even to pay for those things. She have makeup, she wanna, you know, she's a woman, so she have expenses. If you cannot cover that, I mean, where are you going? Many people, they say, oh, God will provide us. My friend, God is our provider, yes, but God did not tell you to be a fool. If God, the way they think about it, God is our provider, right? Which I support very much. Yes, God is our provider. But don't you see there's people are dying because they are poor? Don't you see that? Don't you see people, they are suffering from hunger? Does that mean, so what happened to God? Obviously, some of us understand God wrongly. You know? Even in the West, where life supposedly is way better than other places, you will find people who they are having a sign next to their name. It says, anything, give me anything, I'm hungry. You will see this in the West, where life supposedly is way, way better. Why you want to end in such a place? Right? So if you don't plan for things in a smart way, then you will not end in a good end. Right? what getting serious about getting married? I don't know. You know, actually, I'm thinking to disable the chat because I see in the chats some comment that are really weird. I don't know what people are saying. I feel sometimes like I'm speaking to from different galaxy. Young man is asking for 50-50 and they expect women to do the housework while they play video games. Well, the man who want to play a video game is not worth to be a man. And why you want to marry a man of a video game? Always before you marry a woman or a man, you know, depending on who you are, examine the person. If he is a person of a video game, never marry him. He's a child still. He's still a boy. He's not a man. Why you want to marry him? Let him play his games. Let him play a wife game. You know, why you want to have you? You want to be his part of his game. So this is a gamer. You know, so find a man who is saying to you, go and marry a boy. A man who is responsible. A man who will say, I can make it. I will do it. A man he will stand and say, don't worry, I will do my best. Not a man he will stay in the couch. You go to work, he stay watching TV, which I see a lot in the Eastern society. The women, she go to work. The man, he's an idiot. He is the one who sit in the bed watching TV, playing games. It's your fault. If you have a husband like this, kick him out. What do you want him for? Put his clothes outside. He come home, close the door. Don't come here until you find a job. It's your fault. If you allow him to sit at home playing games and you are working, that means it's your fault. It's not his fault. Get rid of him. What kind of husband this husband is? That means you have a son. You don't have a husband. You adopted a man. Now you adopted a man. You told him, you are my baby. Stay home, play games. Okay, I will take care of you. It's your fault. A person like this, put your foot in his bum, throw him outside. He's not a man. Tell him, when you become a man, come back. Until then, I do not know you. He will be gone. Let him go, because he's useless anyway. He will be gone. Who cares? He's useless. He's costing you more. Why you want such a man? This is not a man. This is a kid. You know? Yeah, I mean, you know, people, bad things happen to you because sometimes you allow it to happen. Right? Bad things happen because you allow it to happen. Before you marry the man, examine the man, see how he live in his own life, how he think about working, about helping you. Many men, they get married to have a servant. They are not getting married to have a wife. Don't marry a man like this. You are not a servant of anyone. You serve him willingly because you love him. That's a different story. But if he is marrying you to be a servant, he's a bad person. The first thing my father, he used to do, he make coffee, he bring it to my mother in her bed. If you cannot find a man who loves you, and he will be happy to do things for you, and a woman, she is happy, you know, when a woman, she love a man, she serve him. As a servant, no problem. She will wash his feet, no problem, but she love him. Not because she been forced to, but because she love to. That is a different story. So if you are marrying a man, he want to just abuse you and use you, get rid of him. He's a bad person. Right? You are not supposed to be a servant, a slave. You are supposed to be a wife. A wife means a partner. A person should be loved and taken care of, and the man should be a man. And this is another story. Now, these days, men are not really men. I mean, even their clothes is not the clothes of men anymore. What is Christian perspective on working to get wealth and the aim to get rich to be prosper? Well, you know, nothing wrong with working to get rich. Why not? I mean, is it against God? No. But if you are working to get rich, don't be selfish and think only about yourself. Think about people who need help. God, He bless you with money, and now it's too much more than what you need. You have a lot of extra. Give. Nothing wrong with being rich. What wrong is to be selfish. Rich. Right? Otherwise, who said all of us we like to be, to have a nice life. I mean, if I have money now, I will go and move to a place where is the beach, nice beach, a house in the cliff. I drink my coffee there. I open my internet, talk to you. Oh, wonderful! Life is good. Huh? I cannot afford it. If I can afford it, tomorrow today I will do it. What is stopping me is what I can afford. So there is always legitimate target in life for something good. This is the right of every human being to have a decent life. But how you can do it, right? My husband is exactly as you say. Do I have to divorce? No, don't divorce him. Just kick him out of the house. Tell him find a job and come back. Force him to work. Go and sell your TV. Let him come back home. He find no TV. What he would do home? He come back home. He find the TV is gone. Okay, the potato couch. He have no place now. What he would do? Get rid of the TV. You see, it's the fault of women who make a husband turn into such a potato or couch potato, as they call it in English. It's why you let him do that to you. You should not let that happen. It's your fault. You spoil the person. He take advantage. He's an advantage person. I'm sure this person, he take advantage of his family too. His mother, his sister, those are advantage people. They take advantage of anything. Like last time I was in Europe, there's a kid who is not a kid really. I mean, he is, but for me, he's a kid. He's a stupid kid, selfish. He's like 20, I don't know, 24, 25, 26, 27. I'm not sure. He go outside with his, buy me ice cream, buy me this, buy me, and they are poor people. They are not rich. They go in the car. They have a visitor. They go in the car. He want to sit in the front seat. He don't give the seat to the old women, his old auntie. No, he want to sit in the front seat. They go to a restaurant. No, this restaurant is not good. And they are doing it. Poor people, and then they could not take it no more. I took him in the side. I said, "What's wrong, you idiot? They are poor. You keep asking them, buy me ice cream. You keep asking them, do this to me and do that. Who are you? Honest to God, if you say one more time, and I am working with them, I want you to buy something for, I will beat you up." I could not take it no more. Taking advantage of those poor family. His auntie, she's an old woman. She never have a son. So she is like, she is like excited to buy him things. But she's poor. He's taking advantage of her. And he's doing this all his life. He come to her house just to make her buy him stuff. And then in the rest of the trip, he behaved. And they were wondering, what happened? How come he stopped asking for things to buy for him? This guy, he never stopped. Buy me this sandwich. Buy me these things. I want these things. I mean, he's like an eating machine in the street. I wasn't going to beat him up, but I'm scaring him. Showing him to be a man. Be a man. I said to him, shame on you. Why you sit in the front chair of the car? Why you sit in the front? You should open the door, give it to your auntie. She's an old woman. You don't sit in the front. This is the comfortable seat. You have to teach your children good manner, otherwise you will have this. A garbage person who will take advantage. So you marry a garbage man like this, you end a garbage life like that. He take advantage of you. So before you marry a man, you have to examine what kind of a man he is. Is he the man who will take advantage of you? Or he's a man who's marrying you to make your life better? There's many men like this. They are not men, they are kids. They never grow. Right? Well, and same for women. If a woman, she is after money, don't marry her. It's your fault. If the woman, she will not talk to you unless you buy her a gift, well, it's your fault. Don't buy her a gift. If she stop talking to you, that's it. Bye-bye. It's not her fault. It is you. It's you. Always it's you. It is you who do things wrongly and you think it's her fault. Examine the women. If a woman, she is after gifts, after money, if she see you first time, meet you second time, third time, and there's no gift, she will not see you again. That's it. You know her now. Why you are buying gift to her? You know? What for? What is the purpose of those gifts anyway? Are you people meeting to get married? You know, you think about having a family or exchange of service. She give you give her something, she give you something. What she give you? So don't be fool, and don't make people fool you and use you. Very simple. Any other question? We will not keep you here for long. I just wanted to answer this brother. You talk so Wokong stories. What son? I don't know what you are saying. My English is, I think, is horrible like yours. Most of girls in your age like that. I don't know why. I mean, you see, a man, he should examine the person. If the person is after a gift, that means he's not after you, or she isn't after you. Okay, don't find a girl then. It's better to have a hard time to find a girl from finding a wrong girl. Don't find her. Don't. What will happen? Are you going to die? Which one is better? To marry a woman and later she will turn your life into hell, or to marry a man is going to do the same, or to marry the right person? It's hard, so what? Take your time. Nobody is forcing you to marry tomorrow. Be careful, better than being sorry. Are you married? No, thank God I'm not. Right? Hmm. And always you have to think about, you want to get married, what for? I mean, what is the target? What is your purpose? Some people, they don't even know why they are getting married. They don't know, you know. Are you trying to get the women, or you're trying to get the kids? What do you want? Are you trying to get a wife or trying to get a servant? There's questions you need to ask yourself. And then from the answer, you will know who you are. Love is a blind? Okay, love is a blind. But blind is a choice now. I mean, why love will blind you unless you allow it to happen? You know? Love, they say this love of love. I think this is more of a desire. The second you became blind, I don't think you're in love. I think you are, let us say, you are driven by something. It's way more than love. This is obsession, maybe. You know, because you have to use your head, your brain. God, He gave you a brain. What love is, right? Love, marriage, or arrangement? Well, arrangement, it can be horrible because you don't know what you are getting into. You know, it's not your choice. So in some cases, it can be successful even if it's arrangement. But it's like, this is like a lucky day. You know, like you won the lotto. It's better to know what you are getting to, right? Anyway, many people will not like what we say because life is different, the way they see it and the way I see it. It's okay. I mean, it's your life. You think as you wish. But you have to think about tomorrow, not only about today. There is women, they will be married, and then a man, he walk by driving a nice car. The wife, her eyes is all over him. Obviously, she is a very bad woman. She is seeking opportunity. You can tell right away, actually, if a man can be fit to be your husband, or a woman, she can be fit to be your wife. If you're sitting with a man, you are not married yet, and then a woman, she walk by and she is pretty and his eyes is all over her, you better walk away. This guy, he will not stop doing this after he marry you. He will not, because always there is a beautiful woman there, and she will be more beautiful than you because you will get older, etc. Same for the women. Examine. You have to examine people. Just go for marriage. And sadly, these days, if you are not decent, it's something to be proud about. You will see a guy train another guy, and both of them, they are married, about a woman he did sleep with her. Decency, like in the old days, if a person, he do something shameful, he hide it. He will be ashamed to talk about it. These days, they are proud about it. They talk to each other. Do you know I did this? Do you see this woman? Did you see, etc.? It's like something to be, he accomplished something in life. So you have to examine where you're going, what you want to do. Who is the woman you want to marry from? If you leave her alone for a year, God knows, you never know. She will cheat on you. She will be loyal. She is decent. Same for the man. There are some men, if they are away from their wife for one day, they will not hesitate to find a woman to sleep with her. And not only, it will destroy your life, it can even bring you diseases. Right? So, nothing wrong. I mean, being poor is not a crime. You did not choose to be poor. You are not born by choice to be poor. You did not choose the society, the citizenship, the country. You did not choose anything. Neither of us choose it. But there's things after that we can choose. And we have to be careful. Right? There are things is not our choice, but there are things is our choice. Maybe you too long to examine perfect women for you. I don't know what does that mean, too long. Something missing in the sentence. But by the way, I like it, the English of many people here, because that's make me feel better. I'm not the only one who have bad English here. All right, that's good. It doesn't take really long to examine a person, because a bad person, he will fail so fast. Trust me, he will fail so fast. He will betray you so fast. Just give him opportunity and make him think he is not being watched. Just give him opportunity and you will see. Very easy. A woman, she can go to the bathroom in a restaurant and say, I'm going to the bathroom, and watch him from far how he's looking at women around, and you will see. You're there. But now he's like, okay, she's in the bathroom. Huh? Oh, okay. You will see, you will notice. A dog who have, what they call it, like a tail, bending tail, it doesn't matter how much he put it in the frame. The second you take the frame out, his tail will bend again. He's a dog. Do you understand? Examine if this guy have a straight tail or a bending tail. He is a human or he's a dog, because many humans, they function like dogs. You see a woman walking by, his tongue coming out. Some men, they don't see a woman as a human. They see like a bone, a bone walking by. So it doesn't matter what that's it. So examine it. Why you want to marry the person before? I mean, you take your time. It doesn't take you even 10 days to examine the person. It doesn't. Invite your friends. Let's sit them in the table. Let's see how we look at them. Let us see how many of them he will ask them for their phone numbers. Anyway, will you invite us to our wedding? Sure, sure. You know, yeah. In the coming century. Any other question? Well, other religion, they can marry more than one, because this is the religion. In Christianity, marriage is about a man and a woman. It is something holy. It is not a contract. Other religions are, they are, thinking about marriage as a sex contract, not as a marriage. Any other questions? See, because we have this topic is not interesting to many people, so they have only 434 people. Anyone want some coffee? Any more questions? So, to summarize what we said, if the woman, she is going to work with you, she is willing to work, she is willing to support, and the man is a decent man, he work hard, then you will have two income, and instead of being one person poor, now you will have two income, you spend one income and you save the rest. So such a marriage can be good for the future if you have a plan. But if you are a person who will marry a woman and you are very poor, and the woman, she have no skills, she cannot find a job, she cannot support you, now your salary is going to split to two, and now you are more poor. That is not good. You have to save money in order to improve your life. Open little business, little store, buy little land, do farming, etc. And actually, I encourage people to leave cities and live in countryside. Little land, and you can do farming, you can grow some chicken, you can go, etc. Any question? Somebody, his name is Sam, saying, what do you think about dating site? Is good or bad? Depends why you are for, what are you doing there? It's the same. You can meet people here online. But obviously, you are not here for this reason, right? Everything in life is about the intention of people they do. As an example, people, they can buy a knife to use it in the kitchen, but they can buy a knife to kill. Same for a car. Anything, the intention of life is what is matter. So when a person want to get married, what is the intention of this marriage? Is it to have a servant, a woman to serve you? Or it is a wife who you love and you want to have a purpose of it, a good purpose? Anything else? Well, the same. All things can be scary. This is why you have to be careful. Online, there's a lot of lies can be involved, where a man, he shared pictures of not his, and a woman, she shared pictures is not her, and scammers and all, you have to be careful. Right? Right. Hosting a website, people can fornicate. Why you're a fornicator? And you join it? Stupid question. Any other question? Anyone? Cordons, marriage. I'm not sure what does that mean. Oh, ordinary. Sorry. Well, it's the same. I mean, at the end of the day, you might get lucky, and the woman or the man is good, and you might not. So what do you do? The best way, even if it's, let us say, arranged marriage, you have to examine the person to be sure that this person is fit and he's qualified to be your husband or your wife. Always you have to examine before you go to the second step. Right. Any Muslim? Sorry, any question? Any? All right. Well, I hope we cover in this topic what can be good for many. Remember one thing, that people, they change. You can find even a good guy, and then later he turned into bad. And then the bad person can turn into good. It can happen vice versa. There's nothing is called like fixed. You will see a person who is married for 20 years, and then he changed. Same for a woman. So life is a journey, have a lot of risk, and you have to take it. Right? Thank you, Dominique. All right, look like we are out of questions. I'm not going to keep this video, but I did not use this account, Arabian Prophet, for long. Just wanted to answer this person. So always you have to be careful, and I wish you good luck. All right. We might go live on air later if I have time. If not, I say to you, thank you very much, and I wish you a very happy and good time. Today is Sunday, and we pray that all people they are doing good. I pray for people in the Philippines. I saw the videos. I saw videos in Honduras. Flooding, very horrible. Very, very sad. We pray for people around the world to have a better life. And the sad thing is, always you will notice that the one who get hurt most is the poor. Like when you see there's a flooding, you see the flooding is hitting the houses of the poor, not the houses of the rich. Very, very sad. The one who is rich, his house is from concrete, he live in a nice area, and even if his house is flood, he can go a different place. But the poor ones is the one always suffer. Very sad. So we pray for those people. We pray, and if you can donate for them, by the way, there's many organizations, they can take support from you, not to me. You can donate to them and support them, because this is the best way. We can pray for people, but the best thing is to pray and help, not only praying. So if you know an organization which is supporting donation for those people, please do and help them. All right? I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. And until we see you soon again, Christ is Lord, Islam is false. And I better go before my voice go too, because I'm drinking coffee, it's hurting. Thank you. God bless you. Take care.